So how is an API different from a web page? Well, an API is a public persona for an organization, or even part of an organization, that exposes assets, data, or services for public consumption. APIs allow organizations to open up data to external third-party developers, to business partners, and their own internal departments. A website is also a public persona for an organization. The difference between an API and a website is that a website is designed for human viewing and consumption. An API is designed to be directly consumed by another piece of software running somewhere on a network. You interact with a website via a browser, but you interact with an API via code. A website provides information on demand. A company puts content out into the world, and the people consume it. Websites have no contracts or structures around the use of that content. If the content on the website changes, visitors who come next get the new content. Their browsers aren't affected, and any change is transparent to the user. If you dramatically redesign the website, the only impact is on the user accustomed to seeing the content laid out in a particular way. Humans are great at visual pattern matching, but we can quickly adjust to a new design and find what we need. That doesn't mean that users don't complain when their favorite site is redesigned, but they almost always adapt. An API is quite different because it has a contract, and programs are built on top of that contract. Programs, unlike humans, are not flexible and almost always terrible at pattern matching. If you alter anything in the contract of the API, the ripple effect on the apps built on top of this is potentially quite large, hence the term contract. Once a contract is in place, developers are enticed to use the API because they know they can rely on it. The contract increases confidence, which also increases usage. The contract also makes the connection between the provider and the consumer much more efficient, since the interfaces are documented, consistent, and predictable. An app developer can leverage an API with ease and invoke it via a web browser, a mobile application, or another device. It's however they choose to use it. Product catalogs, phone listings, insurance quotes, order status, and bank loan rates, they're all a few of the services exposed via APIs. APIs have been providing contracts for information exchange between programmers for many years. But the increase in speeds at which data can travel through the internet has allowed for the explosive growth in networked applications talking to and taking advantage of each other's functionality, data, and services. So that's a very high-level overview of what an API is. The takeaway is that an API is a contract between a service and a consumer of that service. Next, we look at how an entire economy has been built up around APIs.